Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. This week's exits saw 3 people fall like dominoes, and that was before the major accident involving Nicole, Leo, and Dimitri. A murder mystery, a disastrous cliffhanger, a cunning error, and the new triangle that resembles a wash, rinse, repeat from the last one await us. Stated differently, the November sweepstakes have already begun. Let me start by wishing Days of Our Lives a happy anniversary. This week marks their 58th birthday, which is primarily honored with a Jarlina anniversary, which they stated was 6 years ago. Therefore, I believe it was the time jump year plus the remarriage in 2018 when Kristen destroyed their lavish ceremony. I really hope that's correct because attempting to figure that out gave me a headache. But really, what better occasion to rejoice now that you think about it? And while I am aware that some people think that strawberries and sex are too much, I thought it was cute that Marlena read the directions on the edible massage oil. Regarding that family tree, did anyone else overlook Noah's existence? Although we haven't met, he was born approximately 10 years ago. Therefore, it's possible that he may return as an adult or one of the teenagers. In any case, Dick Van Daddy and this are helping John develop a more comprehensive understanding of who he is, which leads me to believe that the information about the pawn that the day's preview provided will fill in even more gaps in his life. And Drake Hodgeston hinted at a major development for Jarlina. But that family tree needs to be changed immediately because Eric will eventually become a parent. Even though we already know that Nicole and her child will not die, that was still a really exciting Friday cliffhanger. Without the major season preview, it would have been more impactful, but I understand that not everyone sees those. I have all the parts for the next step now, but I'm not sure how they put together. After Nicole gives birth with the assistance of Leo and Dimitri, no, they are not dying either, but it appears that they must disappear quickly to avoid going to jail. Eric arrives with Nicole, and Melinda manages to get her hands on the child before giving it to Sloane. My gut tells me it's going to be a girl, and Melinda and Sloane will have to come up with a story to tell Eric, since they'll try to pass it off as the baby that Melinda did not get. They seem to be laying the groundwork for Eric to simply ignore them in his, to be honest, concerning want for whatever child Sloane can get him. He'll become even more enraged when it comes out, and he'll understand how blind he was. I have no idea how adoption procedures operate, but even if I had been in the dark, Melinda's surprise, I found a baby, would have made me happy. "You're ready, buddy?" would have raised my eyebrows. No, let's put up the baby room by the end of the day. 5 minutes later, Eric has a wooden baby gym. No questions asked. Is Sloane the man for whom you are radically reorganizing your life? Simply hand him over to Nicole and back away gradually. Rather, I fear that they are forcing her into a situation where she will eventually leave Salem as well. However, since they will now require legal representation for each person, perhaps not. Martha Madison expressed gratitude via Twitter for all of the support during her run, which that was it. Has Belle left yet? Although Gabby's legal battle is far from done, Belle recently declared war on EJ, so we knew she was leaving. But the lawyer and the client have both left now? Unless the show recasts both of them, I'm perplexed. There was just too much hanging from their 2 exits. It appeared more like, we're in the middle of this than a to be continued. Because Gabby did not kill Lee, as we all know for sure. Well, who did? Whoever it is, they cannot put Gabby behind bars indefinitely because the true murderer, if he is indeed dead, will eventually be discovered. We are dealing with a murder mystery. That couldn't be dropped by the show in the same way that Gabby and Belle weren't, can it? Come on, I know EJ's going to get sidetracked. I sincerely hope they don't just give up on Wendy's desire for retribution, at the absolute least. Give her another advantage. If she conducted the investigation and ascertained Lie's true fate, it would be fantastic. Already, the Alex/Stephanie/Chad triangle is starting to resemble the Everett/Stephanie/Chad triangle. Chad proceeds to disregard Stephanie's limits, claiming that they require her professional assistance, despite Stephanie's insistence that she understands how to set them. Stephanie agrees to it, while Chad screams in jealousy, insisting he believes Stephanie, even though it's obvious he doesn't. In any case, it has strengthened my belief that Chad and Steph shouldn't be together. Though nothing about them feels natural anymore, I enjoy how naturally they fell in love. Apparently, I'm on Team Stefferet. However, even while I believe that Chad would be playing dirty if he were to covertly purchase The Spectator and fire Everett, it's not quite as subtle as EJ makes it seem. Still, I find the concept of his purchasing the paper appealing. It would be appropriate for him to restore it to the family in a symbolic sense and leave a lasting legacy for Abigail's children. It appears that Gwen has already given up on it. And if Xander finds out he's Victor's kid, he'll probably switch to Titan. Speaking of Titan, I'm wondering if Xander will reinstate Maggie if the truth is revealed, and he intervenes based on Alex's remark to Theresa that Titan staff is upset that he fired Maggie. If they were power partners and Maggie remained involved in the plot, that would be fantastic. The more gullible I believe she might be getting, the more I shudder. For now, I understand. Nothing is more smooth than Constantine, who is adept at playing on Maggie's weakness after abruptly severing ties with both her work and one of her greatest loves. However, I fear that she will soon begin to ignore warning signs that indicate Constantine is not someone to be trusted. I adore that as soon as Steve and Kayla met Constantine, their spider senses began to tingle. It's also evident that, like many people with inflated egos, he is not nearly as smart as he wants to think he is, given how obviously they found the tag. Charm gets him by, but if he's a fool, that won't get him very far. Either way, I wholeheartedly support Steve and Kayla at eliminating him. Give them something to do other than interfering with Stephanie's life, please. Jada is the only decent police officer on the force, in my opinion. Rafe should have immediately dispatched police to examine the motel, but instead she really did so. Although Gabby and Stefan have been nearly unbearable lately, their departure was heartwarming. Gabby took her time persuading Rafe of her innocence. Why hadn't we been able to understand them to this extent from the beginning? While I don't condone Gabby's viciousness, Wendy may be viewing Lai through rose-colored glasses in this situation. He only wanted to love her, even though she was torturing him. Right on. Wendy is going to remind Rafe that Gabby has a very good reason to kill Lee given their recent history. Gabby and Stefan are probably going to make plans to get Gabby out of Salem because they fear Rafe will be forced to arrest her. As the evidence looks to lean toward Gabby, things will start to appear increasingly worse for her. Rafe, however, doesn't think his sister killed Lai, in contrast to Wendy. Thanks for watching if you like this video. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any updates.